Hey y'all.
Hey. We can't hear you. You muted.
Beverly and Paula.
Hey y'all, hey.
There we go.
I'm so excited to be here. This is Coach PBJ with Coach PBJ Speaks, y'all. Y'all know that I am relaunching my podcast. When was it? About 3-4 years ago, we launched this game called Life, how to master the game and win. And each one of these ladies were actually guests on my podcast back then. But y'all,
I remember that.
yes, I shut it down. And because God was doing a work in me. And so now we're relaunching under a new name when me, myself, and I agree, because I am learning to embrace all of me. And I'm so excited. So I am going to give each one of these amazing ladies an opportunity to introduce themselves to you. And we'll go from there. So we'll start with Miss Kisa.
I knew you was gonna come to me first. Hey, everybody. I am so honored to be here with you, Coach PBJ. And as she says, it is not peanut butter and jelly.
No.
But I am Dr. Kisa. My platform is Beautiful Living. I wear many hats, right? I'm a mother, an author, a speaker, a coach. I'm an encourager. I am a child of God. That's the most important piece. And I just, I don't know what else you want me to share about myself, but that is like the thing for me. I just love
to share.
Huh?
Share whatever you want to share.
Oh, yeah. So basically, that's who I am in a nutshell, right? I don't like to say all these hats, but, at the core of me, I am a teacher. I am an encourager. I am Christ. I am God's daughter, right? And so that's the core of my essence. And I am here to make impact, not to just be in other world, but to make impact in the world.
Awesome. That is so needed. Me and Daphne was talking about that earlier today, because the world is in crisis, and we rise and stand in our truth, ladies, because I know from talking to each one of you, we have something uniquely amazing about each one of us, that I believe that there's somebody out there just waiting to hear our story, to see, like, even though we have 4 different frames here, when I look at each one of you ladies, I see myself. And until we start understanding that's what Jesus came to talk, y'all, we all won. We all won. We all got one. So let's hear from you, Miss Beverly.
Good evening, ladies. Oh, y'all look so pretty. I love colors. I had to put my yellow on to make sure I was seen tonight. I am Coach Beverly Gibson. Some call me Coach Bev, some call me, whatever. However you meet me, wherever you meet me, that's who I am. But I'm all compartmentalized into one woman. I am a coach. I am most recently a retired employee of the federal government after 35 years. Praise the Lord.
2 times over.
2 times over. I had to go back and try it again. And then I'm a rising author, thanks to my friend.
Amen.
Friday. It will be out on Friday.
Oh, now she done put a date on it now. But I am a rising author, and I'm excited about that. I am a prayer warrior. My husband and I both are licensed ministers and elders in the Church of the Lord. We love God. We love all things God. My platform is called The Gift, which is Girlfriends in Fellowship Together. I have a monthly meeting there in the Zoom room, and we just get on it, the line, and we talk about what women in the midlife purpose talks about as we seek our midlife purpose. So I'm so excited to be here with Paula. It's deja vu. We retired in 2017, and we had to both go back at some point, but we are at it again, and y'all just don't know how excited I am.
Congratulations.
So I can't wait to share and hear what you ladies have to share.
Well, congratulations on that.
I didn't have to go back in 2020. They begged me.
No, I have to write it
on. They wanted me back, girl, and I went up there and I bit that apple, and yes, Lord, and I stayed.
You say yes, Lord.
I didn't
Well,
retire.
we went back for various
When we
reasons.
went back. I went back. It was wisdom to go back and get my retirement. So it was a wise thing.
It was
I know
the
that's
last
right.
one. It was, but because she went back, I went back.
I brought her back. I wasn't gonna be in that jungle by myself.
But it's all good, and it was all God, and it was that season.
Got a lot of things accomplished. Yes, we did.
So
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully not least is Miss Daphne Hilton. Come on, Daph, tell us who you are.
Hey y'all, I am Daphne Hilton. Listen, I am a recording artist, y'all. I'm a mama of 2 grown kids. I am embarking on my newness and living my life out loud. Oh my goodness, I have a company called Blue My Music Consultants, and I got something else coming up next month, but I can't share it now because my producer's gonna be mad. So I'm gonna keep that. And
next month.
I can't tell you yet, but I'm gonna let you know. And also, too, I'm actually in the studio now, getting ready to drop 2 remakes. So 2 of my songs I made back in the day. We're gonna remake them and put it out there again and see what happens. So thank you for letting me allow me to come on this platform with you, Coach PBJ. I'm really excited because this thing is real. So that's all about me, and I love the Lord. So I mean, hey, that's top tier. I love the Lord. That's top tier.
You know what, y'all? Today is March 16th, right?
Mhm.
And I think one of my favorite scriptures is John 3:16.
Wow.
Love the world
He loved the world.
that he
He
gave.
loved the world so much that he gave the world us.
Yes.
Ooh,
Right? And that we all have something unique about us that, again, that God wants us to share the world. And I've already introduced myself. I am Coach PBJ, and that is Paula Birch Jackson, and not peanut butter and jelly. I am also a wife. I am a mother. I am a grandmother 1.1 because I got another one on the way.
how
Congratulations.
exciting is that?
My little grandboy is baking right now, so I'm excited about that. And I know we're gonna have another one.
Oh, I can't wait, Lord. I can't wait, Jesus.
So I'm excited. So if anybody's hiring out there, I'm probably gonna need a new job because I am that grandmother. I am. But, as far as her grandkids, right. So I'm excited about that. But ladies, we're gonna get this conversation started. I wanted to have these 3 ladies on with me because I am launching a free. Can y'all say free?
Free.
3-day challenge on tomorrow because I shared last week that a friend of mine, Michelle with 1L, sent me a text message and said that she was listening to the cadence of God, and that thing literally leaped in my belly. And I had to be honest with myself because God was giving me many calls that I was choosing. He was saying left and I was saying right. He was saying left. And God was like, how long, Paula, are you going to do your own thing? He had placed something in my spirit, placed some vision in my life. And I wanted to bring these 3 ladies on because they probably don't really know it, but they don't. I'm telling them right now. They are really a part of my core team. They are the ones who have been pushing me and helping me to see the gift inside of me, and likewise me in them. And the only way we're going to be obedient to God, we need collaborations. We need community.
Absolutely.
We need each other to hold each other accountable, right?
That's
so
right.
This for answering to the call. Y'all are calling them at last one. Like, look, I need y'all on this call with me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're like, girl, we have a life.
Girl.
You're out there to try to be there so that you will see them popping in and maybe popping out on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, helping me with this challenge. So
yes.
And as you know, that my platform has grown. I talked about me moving from this game called life to what is y'all? When me, myself, and
agree.
Because I've been living such a divided life. The me, how the world see me. The myself, trying to live up to the world. And then the I, that person God created me who had learned how to shrink. And I call those shadows. So, and I've talked to each one of these ladies. I know they're probably sick and tired of hearing about me and my shadows.
I'm always sharing about shadows.
So, ladies, when you hear the phrase of the name of this podcast, when me, myself, and I agree, what does that mean to you personally? And I won't call on y'all can go as however you feel led. What does that mean to you personally?
First thing that came to my mind. The first thing that came to my mind is alignment.
Yes.
That was as soon as you said it, alignment stepped out to me, because when me, myself, and I agree, that means you come into alignment with self, and with God, and with all the things that He has for you. Because I'm big on purpose. I'm big on walking in what God has for you. But you have to come in alignment with that yourself. All the things have to come in alignment. All the things have to come, not just a part of it. All the things have to come. All the things have to come in alignment. So that's what initially, as soon as you said it, jumped out to me, was alignment.
That's good.
Well, when I hear what I hear is harmony. Like it matters that everything has a tune, but when it's synchronized and it comes into play as like the orchestra is orchestrating, the director is orchestrating the orchestra. It's like everybody has an instrument in their hand, right? Me, myself, and I. But it's the harmony of it that makes it work. I'm sure you can appreciate that, Daphne.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds like something Daphne would have said. That's what I was over here saying. That sounds like a Daphne answer.
I'm saying
we're almost there now. We were almost on the same page.
So that's what I think of, and harmony speaks to my soul because I like peace. I like oneness of mind. So harmony speaks to my soul. And when you are divided in so many directions and being pulled by so many things and not being able to sit with the three of you, it does cause dysfunction in so many ways, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Wow.
Before we move on, I just wanted to say I'm so glad that you used the word harmony instead of balance, because people are always trying to be in balance with me, myself, and I, and it just don't work, right? It's not like a such thing called balance. Like you can balance your checkbook, you can balance certain things, you can balance yourself on a beam, but you can't balance like all the things. It has to be in harmony. Like it's something that's going to weigh a little heavier than the other. So the scale will never be equal.
Right.
In life. So I appreciate that you saying like harmony, come into harmony. So that I like that.
Yeah. So for me, when I thought about me, myself, and I thought more about me as one person, myself as one person, and I as another person. So collaborating together to make it work. Because me may not want to be bothered with somebody. Myself may say, Daphne, you need to be bothered with this person. And I may say, well, I'm neutral. So I look at it that way because I have to collaborate with all of me. Even in certain instances where it may not be favorable to my other self, you got to collaborate with all of you to make sure that you are moving as a team within yourself. So, I don't know if I told you this, Paula, God is dealing with me with that little girl in me. That's the me, that's the little one in me. And sometimes she be screaming out, look at me. And myself be like, girl, sit down. Girl, sit down somewhere. We grown now, but it has to be addressed. So that's why, working on myself, me, myself, and I, so we can all understand each other. That's how I look at me, myself, the whole collaboration.
I love that, the whole collaboration, because we do. Because I most of the time don't want to do nothing. I just want to be like, can you just leave me alone? Sometimes I don't want to be no mama. Sometimes I don't want to be no wife. Sometimes I just want to be. The me, that's the role you chose, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, just man up, just get it done, right? And you're right, like going to the gym. I didn't get a chance to go today in case my trainer is looking. I did have a shoulder issues, and it's still hurting.
She's making an offering.
At least she knows. Tell her.
But oh my God, I was in so much pain. I told y'all about that. But I have to every morning. It's time for me to get up and go to the gym. I have to talk to myself and say, "Girl, I want to do it, but the me want to stay in the bed, and the myself agree. The girl is too cold." So I like that we do have to collaborate with ourselves. So that was very good, ladies. Thank you for sharing. So have you ever gone through a season where who you were on the outside did not match what was happening on the inside? And if you did, what did that teach you?
Wow.
Have you ever gone through a season where who you were on the outside did not match what was happening on the inside? And what did that teach you?
I can go first on this one because I'm actually going through this now, living my life out loud. Because for a long time, I had all of these things that I felt like I supposed to be doing. And the inside of me was just crying out like, well, you don't have to do that. Who told you you had to do that? You got to live and love the Lord, and that's what you need to be thinking about instead of putting myself in all these standards against myself. So living out loud now is being who God has called me to be and work on those areas where I feel I'm not my best self. So the whole thing is just to be my best self in all areas that I can be my best self in, because sometimes the inside be talking and the outside be walking so regal, and everybody think you got it going on, and you got it together. And on the inside, you're doing backflips and cartwheels and splits and screaming and throwing tantrums.
All that,
all of it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like I'm always sometimes in and out of that season. I show up put together. I talk about the put together woman, right? But but then in the inside, it said it's more for me. It's more for me. But the people on the outside don't know unless I tell you, right? Because I'm walking in confidently in whatever I'm showing up for. And I think, you said, what has it taught me? It continues to have me at the feet of the Lord seriously, and keep having to surrender, because, I'll get in my own way if I start allowing like what I'm dealing with inwardly, like I got to go fix, I got to go. But it's like, no, you don't have to fix anything. You have to surrender this. You have to ask for guidance and wisdom, and you keep showing up, because it's going to continue. You're going to reach that because you have a desire to, you have a will to, and you are seeking. And so God is going to meet me where I'm at. And so I think when like Daphne said, I often, go through, my pillars of beautiful living. There's 8. So I go in and out of that to make sure, like, where am I in these different areas of my life, even though I may be showing up put together, right? What do I need to be working on, and what self-reflecting do I need to continue to grow? What triggers that may still be there, so that I can continue to grow as the woman that God has called me to.
That's good, Keisha. That's
really good.
I'm recently finishing up a season like that. When I went back to work 5 years ago, it had its purpose. But toward the end, I was still pressing. I was still trying to push. And I was just living outside of what didn't match what was happening on the inside of me. Because now, at this big age of 70, what was happening on the inside of me, everything, I remember the Lord one morning in my prayer time said, go back and write down everything that I ever told you to do that you did not do.
Wow.
And it became a very sobering moment for me, because I recognized that I'm over here just still working, saying, God, I don't trust you. I got to go get this money. Instead of really moving with the wave that was there. It was time to just get off of the wave that I created in my own mind. And God just began to show me that, you know what, let's go on the other side of retirement.
Wow.
See what's over there.
Wow.
Yes.
I know that's right.
Yes, honey.
Come on, Jesus.
Yes.
Come on, Jesus.
Yes.
I just finished the assignment, and I made that decision sitting on the edge of my bed one morning. And I was like, God, I know there's got to be, I know there's got to be something else.
Yes.
And the Holy Spirit quietly said that it's waiting for you.
Praise
Wow,
God.
wow.
For me, y'all, the question was, have you ever gone through something where the outside didn't match what's on the inside? And most of you know that in 2006 is when I experienced loss and losing a husband, and, all the stuff that came with it. And because I was still young and still had young kids, I didn't have time to grieve. people, they meant well. You know, they was like, girl, you had a better place. Okay, but I'm not, right?
Right.
So you got these two kids that you have to take care of. So on the outside, I was looking like I was this pill of strength. And people tell me, girl, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. And the truth of the matter, I didn't know how I was doing it either. And the real truth of the matter is I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it. I was looking good on the outside, but on the inside, I was literally dying and didn't know it. So from 2006, y'all ready for this? To 2014, I was living through the eyes of grief.
Wow, 8 years.
Everything that I did, I was doing it through the eyes of grief. And 2014 is when I started coming alive and I started searching, right? And that's when I started finding these shadows. Oh my God, why do I act like this? Why do I do like this? But I still, even in the midst of that, didn't nobody know.
Right.
Still on that mask. What you say, Keisha? Which is how you said, just how it's still. What is the word phrase you use?
Come showing up, put together.
Showing up together.
Looking like the looking
together.
Right? Looking like she, and people start thinking I don't have a care in the world, baby. You don't know my story.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I started doing shadow work that I realized that I was living my life through grief. Every I made through the eyes of grief. Every judgment I made through the eyes of grief. And now it's so liberating to see that all of that time I'm looking out and I'm blaming everybody else for everything that was happening. And God said, it ain't them. Girl, it's you. You need to be like Mary. See, I didn't know I was acting like Martha. I was so in. You couldn't tell me I wasn't like Mary. I thought I was sitting at the foot of Jesus. I was busy because I didn't want to think. Life happens, you get what? Bad corner. And I don't have y'all, I'm 60. I learned at 50 that the cup for suppressing stuff was overflowing. I had no more room to suppress. So yeah, the outside we're looking good, but on the inside. And that's what shadow work is all about, isn't it, lady?
Yes. What Michelle with 1L calls it being a dressed up mess.
Oh, that's good.
A dressed up mess.
That's good. Calls it. She said
we keep putting clothes on it, but we ain't stopping to reflect.
That's good.
Internal work. We putting clothes on it and we stepping out. And it's cool because you know you're supposed to show up as your best self, but baby, you got to do that inside work. That internal work. You have to sit. You have to look in that mirror. You have to say, you know what? I am not okay.
Keisha, you have to take the mask off.
Take the mask off.
We got
absolutely.
And it's okay not to be okay. It's okay. It is so
okay. You know what? Some people, I understand what you're saying. I just have to be devil's advocate. It's just me. I understand what you're saying, but when or how? Because you have so many women that there is so ingrained in them, and breaking that pattern of putting on the face, because it feels so much better than facing who we really are in the mirror. So what can we say, or good advice or nugget that we can give to somebody that may be even watching or later watching to help them break this pattern? Because I see even people in my age, I'm almost with you, Paula. Got 2 more years, girl. I'm almost there. A year, actually. And I see people our age still going through the same thing, putting on the mask. Like you asked me earlier today, are you fine? I'm fine. Because it's easier to do that than to actually look and say, I'm broken on the inside.
Well, I'm gonna just say for me real quick, I went through that, right? For me, it was during divorce. And I had to put on the clothes because that's what I had control over. You know, me getting up, putting my clothes on, that was, I had control. I can control how I show up. I can control how I presented myself, even though the inside was like ripped apart, right? But what I had to do was I had to affirm myself daily. So I started writing affirmations on my bathroom mirror.
That's good.
I started putting affirmations on sticky notes on my lampshade. That thing became a carousel with scriptures and affirmation. I would spin it like a carousel. So I would, wherever my eyes land, I would affirm myself that, and I worship my way through that thing. I did, and that was my thing. Worship is my go-to. The worship is my, I mean, when I don't have no words, when that music get going, God know exactly. You know, and I still do that to this day. Like, you know, worship is like my lifeline. It became my lifeline. But what I couldn't control was how I showed up. I couldn't control what he was gonna say, what the attorney was gonna say. I couldn't control that. I did what was in my control. And sometimes all you can do is put on clothes because it made me feel better.
You know, Paula, this work is that's why this work is so important that you're doing. What Daphne spoke about is that Keisha said it's okay to not be okay. The missing to that is it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to not be okay and not tell anybody that you're not okay.
It's not okay to not be okay and then stay not okay.
That's right.
Right. So Daphne, your question was, so what do we say to a woman who's crying? And what do we say to her who's like, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a 12-step program. The first thing we have to do, I can't be true to you for you. You have to do that. We have to embrace our own self. And even though, because we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
The best way we can show another lady is to be that for her. Just tell our stories. To say that I'm not okay. It's okay to say that I'm not okay.
I'm not okay. Yes.
Now we're not talking about saying I'm not okay and then looking for a pity party, right? We're not.
I don't go to those, girl. I can't.
We're talking about saying this is the space I'm in, and I'm okay being who I am. I'm okay speaking my truth. I'm okay doing that. I'm really okay doing that. I'm okay letting y'all know that don't push the wrong button because I might go from 0 to 100. And I promise you, and I'll be like, can you spell Jesus?
And it's not nice.
And I don't want, but because I know that I'm learning to manage anger that I suppressed for so many years. But see, now I can see it, and now I have what they call emotional intelligence.
Absolutely.
Feeling it when it starts coming up, right, ladies? And then doing something like with anger. That's one of my biggest shots. That's the one that made me start doing these shadow work. Because I mean, I had lost my mind. I'm at work. I'm at CDC. I'm at work, and my boss, man, he was getting on my nerve. Lord rest his soul. He passed away, but he was getting on my everlasting nerve. And no matter what I did, and you was coming at me, and anybody who know my work ethics, I get the job done.
You get it done.
Insecurity made you come at me, and you told me what I'm gonna do, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. And he said to me, you know, you can't tell me what I'm not gonna do. He says, because in the military, a soldier, dude, this not the military and I'm not a soldier. And that's how I was talking to my boss, and I would have never done that in my conscious state of mind. But I had no more space to suppress my anger. And he was about 6'4", 6'4", 6'4", and I'm my little 5'4" self. And he stood up and I stood up, and he says, I'm gonna write you up. Do you want me to do it for you? You know,
wow.
I've said that.
I'm standing outside of myself, watch myself lose control like that. And I knew that was the beginning of the end for me. That's when I actually resigned. I didn't go back after that. I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I was losing myself. Yes, Daphne, we're ingrained with this is how you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to do this. And Lord, corporate America is the worst. You show up as an adult, they won't let you be an adult.
That part, girl, say that part again. That part right there. I'm like, you know, I'm grown, right? Like, you know,
right? I remember this one supervisor say, "Oh, I like this supervisor because she don't play with them." Play with who?
Right? They are grown.
Grown. This not a playground. This not kindergarten. What you mean? Right? And so all of that stuff began to. So Daphne, the answer to that question is, sister, if you're listening, you have to want it. You have to be able to look in the mirror of your own self and be true to yourself. And when you look in the mirror of yourself and say, you know what, I'm really not okay.
Right.
And then you reach out to either one of us on this phone call.
My hours are.
Because you can't stay there. You know, Paul, like, you know, even when I was going through that moment of crying and all the things, right, I knew I couldn't stay in that space. And I got to a point where I said, you know, it's okay to grieve, it's okay to cry, but I can't stay in this space. So I started putting myself on the time. You got 5 minutes, but after this 5 minutes, you got to get up and go do something else. Because baby, you can't stay in this space. And Same my thing. Then it came down to 3 minutes. Then it came to 2 minutes. I mean, this is the living truth, right? This is how I move forward because having 3 therapists and you can't get no appointment in because everything booked. And then by the time you get there, baby, I don't talk to all my friends. I don't coach myself. So that thing, right? Like I don't need you now, right? I'm good. I don't have that issue no more, right? And so luckily for me, God had put me in a space and a place where way before even the divorce, I was going live twice a week. And he started giving me topics to talk about. And I'm like, Lord, why are you telling me to talk about this stuff? I don't even know. He like, talk about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, it sounded good. And I got some people, whatever.
Right.
Lo and behold, that stuff was for me.
Right.
I had to sit myself down the line, didn't know. And he said, I need you to go sit down at your computer and pull up all your videos and you want to coach yourself through that. Right.
Wow.
Yes.
Definitely says something.
The word of God is a two-edged sword.
Yes.
Cut out and it cuts in. And I get 99.9% of what you hear me talking about, I'm talking to myself.
Right.
99.9%. Yes.
Definitely said something jokingly, but it really spoke to me when you said my hours are.
Right.
Boundaries. Understanding the importance. Like you said, you set boundaries for yourself, Keisha, until you're not gonna sit here and you're not gonna sit here till you die.
Yeah.
Right? You're gonna get up. You're gonna get up. And so setting boundaries and articulating them with your actions and not just your words.
Yeah.
People respect that. And eventually you come to the knowledge that, I do. When I walk in a room, it matters.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When I show up, they waiting for me.
Period.
Yeah.
Be in that space. You got to come in. But Keisha said something that really we must make sure. And I have my phone. I forgot to charge my computer. But we have to make sure that one of the things that we do is she says, I allow myself time, space to feel what I feel. Right.
That's so fired up, y'all.
Sometimes you have to just sit with it. But like you said, you can't sit with it too long. I give myself 5 minutes. I give myself an hour. I may even give myself a night to feel what I'm feeling.
Absolutely.
And next, I got to get up and I got to move.
You got to move.
Because the thing about it is we have to acknowledge that. And, I'm in therapy now because I noticed, like Paula was saying, that, how her anger got to her, my anger got to me. And I say, this is the old me when I was young and immature. Why am I going through this now? Why am I feeling these things now? So I decided to, go to therapy. And she talked a lot about this toxic positivity because that I'm fine. I'm fine. And she said, you're stepping over your feelings. You went from this happened, I'm fine. Instead of like Keisha said, give yourself some space and some time to actually acknowledge how you feeling. Acknowledge it. I'm mad. I don't know. I ain't gonna be mad for 20 minutes, but I need to say I'm mad. I need to feel this. I need to acknowledge this. And then I got to figure out, okay, now what you gonna do about it?
Now what you gonna do about it?
Now what you gonna do about it?
You can't sit in it. You got to move. And the thing is, a lot of times people sit in it and it becomes a woe me, right?
Yeah,
and then we get stuck in that woe me. And then everything around you is nothing worse. And then everything around you become negative. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't did the work. You don't became a whole me and you ain't did that inner work. And a lot of times that's hard because people don't like to look at themselves. People don't like to sit in themselves. They don't like to sit with it and be like, you know what? It wasn't all Paula's fault. I had something. I had something to do with that. I had something to do with that. But people don't like to sit in that, right? They don't like to say, you know what? Yeah, I ain't like what Paula said, but I know I wasn't right neither. And she might not call me first, but you know what? I'm gonna call Paula and be like, look, I don't like the way people don't do people. If people just do that, and
you got to go even further than that. Because you have to ask yourself the question. Because at the end of the day, everything starts and ends with Paula.
Right.
What nobody else does, it starts and it. So even if Keisha say something to me that I don't like, my question now, because we like did 5 years ago, but my question now becomes, well, why did you, Paula, respond to it that way?
Yes.
At the end of the day, especially because I know Keisha. I know that she has a heart for me, right? So if she says something to me, I know that if it offends me, I can say it right away. But if I got offended to, the question still becomes, Keisha, you know her by the Spirit. So Paula, why did you feel like that? What did this situation just trigger in me?
Yep.
It started. It really ain't got nothing to do with Keisha.
Mhm.
Keisha. I miss like Keisha. It really has nothing to do with Keisha.
And it
Yes.
has everything to do with our shadows.
Everything. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Really and truly. I was gonna get there
Yeah.
next because sometimes that's what's the self-reflecting comes. Because I've been in times in places where I've gotten out the phone or I responded in a certain light, and I've had to say, why did I respond that way? And I have a pen and a paper because whatever comes up to me, I like to write it down. And if it's something that I need to call the person back and say, hey, when you did that triggered this, and I didn't even know that was there. I didn't even know that existed until now. But now I have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And so
it's not a pretty thing, is it, Keith? That's not pretty. When you have to deal with you.
I'm trying to
But
say
this is what I love about
it.
it.
But I've grown to a point where I'm okay with it. Yeah. I'm at that point now. Anytime I always sit back and I was like, look, we got to come back. I ain't always been. I used to be like, I had a mouth, a temper, all the things. You know, people don't think that because I'm so sweet now.
That's the me. That's the me in me.
Look,
that's the me in me. The fleshy me.
We still go there.
So much of the time, it's our insecurities. It's our own insecurities.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all the time.
Absolutely.
We don't know how to deal with our own insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's right.
Talks about
the shift stuff. The shift
and
stuff.
then being able to shift. Yeah, exactly. It's so important.
You know,
I
got a word. God gave me 4 words, right? Y'all remember He didn't give me 5 words.
But I put the F part in there.
He gave me 4 words. And God says, shame, hurt. It's great. I'm laughing. Shame, hurt, insecurity, and trauma. That's what the Lord gave me. You know, I'm speaking in acronyms. So, you know, you can write it down: shame, hurt, insecurity, and trauma. And I was so excited about this. And I was telling the women of God that God gave me this shame, hurt, insecurity. And people was like, you know,
it's a bunch of
like, oh my God, you can't say that. What? I said, Lord, I'm offending people.
So the Lord gave you S for shame.
Shame, hurt, insecurity, and fear. God says, okay, why are they offended about it? And I said, I don't know, Lord. He says, well, what does it represent? Then I said, Lord, it represents stuff, being full of stuff, right?
That's why they offended.
That's what the problem is. He says, when you look at SHIT in the natural, right? Then if you don't deal with it, you get constant in the natural, right?
Right.
That's the problem with people who are offended by it because they are spiritually constipated.
Yes,
it's truth, right? They don't want to, and that because that's shining the light on your. And so they don't want to deal with our. So we want to cover it up. I said, so Lord, what's the problem? He said, it's fear. Their fear of being exposed.
Absolutely.
He said, so go ahead on to make the saints happy. Add fear.
We already know.
You need to deal with so that you can be.
So you can shift.
So you can.
Your sugar, honey, ice. Right.
So you can shift your sugar, honey, iced tea.
Right.
Yeah, you need to shift your sugar, honey, iced tea.
Deal with our shift.
Yeah.
You know, so for those ladies out there who's listening, who don't want to accept your truth, you're spiritually constipated. And tonight we are talking. Tomorrow we're going to start talking about shadows. We're going to go deep in these next 3 days, y'all. And this is so important because God says to the children of Israel, you've been at this mountain too long.
Too long.
And as women, we have been in these places of defeat too long. We have been in these places of shame too long. We have been in these places of hurt, fear, and trauma. We've been there too long. And some of us, Keisha, you said we got to sit with it and move on. But some of us have started to wear our shit.
Live in it.
As a badge of honor.
Embrace it.
Yes.
Embracing it it's like, oh well, it's me, and you either take it like it, all the things. All kinds of it.
Who would I be without?
That's the easy part. That's easy to do that. That's easy.
Right. Because who would I be without my sad story?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's easy. We're going to hold on to it because we don't fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And also, too, it's something
that we get from it.
Absolutely, because it can be beneficial.
Daphne. Say more about that.
It can be. I'm trying to think about it. Okay, so
explain
your trauma. Well, you know, I done been through so much. and that's how things be, girl. Because she done been through a lot. You don't want to say that to her.
That's that badge of honor you're talking about. That's
Because
that
she done been through a lot.
yeah.
A pity.
Okay, been through a lot.
The pity party, like you said.
Yeah, well, you can't say that to her because she done been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But Keisha said something earlier now, and it's the truth. People don't want to do the work.
Mm-mm.
The work is what Paula has for.
Yeah.
If you are out there and you know and understand that you yourself and I are not aligned, you're not in harmony, you're not collaborating.
Yes.
It's time to shift.
Oh, that's good.
I like all three of those right there.
That was all right, girl. You put that-
Harmony and collaboration.
Yes.
It's time to
You
shift.
put that right on time.
On the ship.
Yeah, but that me, myself, and I thing is serious because
It is.
people don't understand it, and the thing about that is it's not like Keisha said, it's not balanced. It'll never be balanced.
Not.
And so once we in harmony, we bring those things in harmony, then we can walk within ourselves as one. So I love that. That's why I said earlier that me. That's sometimes the me in me get me in trouble.
Yeah.
That's the one got this.
And I was telling Paula earlier today that I'm glad you put the F in there for me because
She didn't want to deal with her.
no, you had left mine out. One of mine.
It was your thing. Right?
And so, because for me, living out loud, Daphne, like you mentioned early, knowing who I am, walking in my personage, it was a season in my life, as we were talking earlier, where when I was a little girl, being a dark-skinned girl in the South in Alabama, I was rejected by a friend of my mother's who just simply wanted somebody to go to the store for her. And I was jumping up and down. I'll go. And she told me to sit my little black tail down. She didn't want me to go nowhere for her. And I sat down at that age and I never got back up.
My God.
Rejection.
Created a shadow.
The spirit of
Created
rejection.
a shadow. And I never got back up until I started doing the work.
Yeah, you gotta do the work.
Spirit of rejection. We
The
have to
spirit of rejection
Yeah, we have
made me feel like nobody really wanted me to do nothing. So just go over there and sit down.
And so she buried that feeling.
Yes.
Right?
Wow.
And when you bury it, it becomes a shadow.
When it becomes a shadow.
It becomes a shadow. So ladies, in doing the work, because thank you, Beverly, for sharing one of your shadows. And we've talked about that before.
Yes.
I talked about anger being shadows. Daphne, Keisha, is there a shadow that you guys want to share that we've shined the light on since we've been doing work together?
Yeah.
That other women can, because a lot of women, especially dark-skinned women, Beverly, they can empathize with how you feel, right? Because I've heard a lot of, and this is the thing about, first of all, y'all, look at this camera. It's for beautiful Black women. Ain't neither one of us the same shades of brown.
Different.
But we so cute. Y'all so cute.
Tapestry.
That's so beautiful.
This is what Keisha a beautiful living, right?
Beautiful living right here.
Yeah.
I was just thinking through what mine could be. I know I have some, or 1, 2, 5, I don't know. But I was just trying to think through one quickly off the top. And I feel like at some point I probably dealt with the spirit of rejection as well. And not probably in the sense of, because my church has this thing called Forward, and it goes through like hearing God's voice, and sitting with your past is like another class, right? Where you sit in there and you try to go all the way back. I hear a lot of people talk about things that happen in their childhood and things like that. So I've been stuck in that because I'm like, it wasn't anything, because it was normal for me, how things operated, because that's what it was, right? But sometimes I wonder, did I have a spirit of rejection somewhere along the line? Not that nobody didn't want me, but time.
You mean
right?
your childhood?
Yeah, like time spent, right?
Yeah.
My dad wasn't in the home. My mom worked a lot. to make ends meet. And a lot of times, she always makes sure we had food on the table. Or the daddy will be here with things, but that time wasn't there, right? My mom loved us through gifts. So it was about all this stuff because that's her love language, right? And so I was just trying to go back, and I'm still sometimes I go back to those moments, but it was so normal, right?
Yeah.
That I think, I'm trying to see, like, was it anything in my childhood that made me playing out loud now? But I think it was probably more from my divorce than anything.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So I think it was more from that because I go back to see
this wasn't supposed to happen to me. I'm Keisha.
Right.
It was
that's
what it was then, shame. And I did carry shame for a while when I had my kid at my daughter at age 14. I carried that for a long time. But I don't have that shadow anymore because I work.
Amen.
I worked through that. At some point I was like, enough is enough. And I got around it. Like when people ask me how old my kids, I'm just going to debunk that. Yep, I had 14. They 6 years apart. And I just got in front of it. And the more I said it, right? No, because they were always
gotta say it.
How old are you? So I knew it was, no matter who it was, whatever store, they always ask, well, baby, how old are you? So I was like, the next person I ain't gonna give them a chance to. I had her at 14, she's 12, she's 6, and this, whatever it was, right? And they was like, oh, that's right. I didn't give them an opportunity to make me feel shameful today. And I took my power back. You know what I'm saying? I embraced my story. And I embraced it. So now it's like it's no thing for me to say I had a kid at 14, but I had to work through those things, right? When I looked over for promotions at jobs where I know I should have gotten it, right? And so it's just different things. And then I got over those things and say, you weren't supposed to have it because what's meant for you will not pass you by. Right?
Absolutely.
God used people to redirect you to the path he has for you. So
absolutely.
It's those things that I have to, like, when I'm feeling a certain way, I have to sit with it and I'm saying, okay, what does this mean? Okay,
absolutely.
This means that. And so I don't try to stay in those things because I really feel like I've done a whole lot of work. Like, I can't go to 0 to 10 no more. Like some days I'm like, where that girl at, girl? What Keisha? And that's Keisha. Where Keisha at? Keisha won't come out, right? So Keisha has done a lot of work, so Keisha don't have to come out. So, I think
put Keisha to sleep.
Yeah, I had girl.
I understand because Paulette would have.
I had to.
So Daphne, tell me this. What is one mask you had to stop wearing in order to become more authentic? Because we wear several masks as well. What's one mask you had to stop wearing? Or that we're stopped wearing? Because sometimes we pick them out. So what mask that you have to take off to become more of your authentic self?
For me, people pleasing. Just wanting to, I always, just growing up, being the only girl, my mama just didn't play. Right. And I, always talented, always did a lot in my city. So it was always expected of me to do something great all the time. And when I didn't do anything great, I would just act like I'm doing something great because that was, that actually affirmed me, Beverly, because I'm dark. And I hid behind all of my gifts and my talents. And even when people would say, "You a pretty little black girl," I used to tell my mom, I said, "Why they gotta say it like that?" Right. Because that don't sound good to me.
Right.
You're a pretty little black girl.
No, I just can't be pretty. No, I just can't be pretty.
Right.
So even in that, but I outshine. I could sing, I could dance, I could act, I could, academic wise, I was an overachiever because of.
Right.
Wow.
But as I got older, child, honey, that overachievement wore me out. So, of course, I went from one extreme to the other extreme. Being, so great. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. But Jackie, you really do care what people say.
We do.
And I had to acknowledge that I do care what people say, but I don't care enough where I have to change my life to make you happy.
That's good. When I stopped saying that, I don't care about what people think about me. I was reading the Word of God one day. Y'all may know the scripture because y'all read Bible sometimes, right?
Yes,
And
sometimes.
Jesus said, "Who do men say that I am?"
Who the men say that I
He
am?
was talking to the disciple, and they said, "Well, some say you're Elijah, some say you're one of the prophets." And Jesus was just like, "Oh, okay. Well, who do you say that I am?"
Right.
Mhm.
I love that because Jesus was showing us. Jesus was concerned about how people saw him from
That's
afar,
good.
but then Jesus was concerned about how those in his inner circle saw him.
Absolutely.
And what Jesus was saying, now don't be all caught up in what people gonna think, because people gonna think what they're gonna think. But
Mm-hmm.
Jesus was concerned, well, am I showing up the way I intend?
Absolutely. That
Are
part.
you seeing me in my authentic self? Are you seeing
Right.
me the way I want you to see me?
Mhm.
Yes.
Now, the people from afar, I don't know nothing about much about that Jesus, but it's something special about him.
Yeah.
They compared him to greatness, right?
Right.
Yes.
Before. But now the people saying, what Peter say? Jesus, you the truth.
Yes.
Right. Authentically the truth.
You the son of the living God.
Right. Hands down.
Hands down.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Jesus said, oh my goodness, Peter, okay. Flesh and blood did not reveal that to you. So the question becomes, yeah, I do care what people think.
Absolutely.
I care if I'm showing up the way I intended you to show. Now, everybody ain't gonna like Paula Burch Jackson. I'm sorry for you.
It's gonna be okay.
That's your loss.
Very
Because
much
I love myself some me.
I love me some me.
I love me some me, and it's okay.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Mm.
So don't try to live our life people pleasing, because people gonna say what people gonna say.
Right.
Absolutely. Oh, they on y'all. They are on you guys, and they are listening. Yes.
I hope you guys are enjoying this conversation. This is just us doing what we do. We just be talking about what we talking about, ain't it right there?
That's right.
That's what we do.
So
Okay.
liberating.
Now we got 9 more minutes. We really didn't set no time. So if y'all have to jump,
Yeah, we got 9 more minutes.
yeah, we got 9 more
I'm gonna
minutes.
try to hang in here. You know, I'm supposed to be in class.
3 papers. I
Okay,
got 3 papers. I got 3 papers to do.
oh my goodness.
I'm in school, y'all.
Been there, done that. Help them, Lord.
Okay, y'all gonna like this question. Y'all gonna like this question.
Class papers.
What does being unapologetically look like for you now, especially as a woman who has lived, learned, and overcome?
Mm.
What does that mean to y'all? Are you living your life unapologetically?
Yes, I feel like for me, that just means being true to myself.
Yeah.
Understanding that when I show up, wherever I show up, you're going to get the same Beverly.
Absolutely.
Man.
It's no more left for me to do. I am who I am, and I don't want this group to say, well, she did. No, I'm being true to myself. I love hard. I play hard. I give hard. I'm loyal. I'm a friend. I'm a lover. Yeah, of all things
All
God.
that.
And so that's where you're going to find me sitting in the midst of some women somewhere like this. This is where I thrive.
Right. Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
This is
Yes.
Mm.
And
I
so
felt
at this
that.
age, at this age, at this big age, I'm calling it, because to
Oh,
God
come on now. Big age. I know.
allow me to see
Yeah.
this big age, I am going to thrive in it.
Yes.
What I got for you, come and get it.
Period.
I know that's right.
Period. I'm coming, girl. I'm coming.
I know that's right.
Coming out on Friday. That book is coming out on Friday.
That's right. My
I can't wait.
prayer GEM, the prayer gym.
I
Listen,
love that.
my husband, y'all, he be like, who praying today? And Beverly praying. He love to hear Beverly pray. Beverly can pay the heavens down. Okay, so if y'all out there need some prayer warriors behind, y'all better call Beverly.
Yes.
Hers don't bounce off the ceiling.
It's so funny. My husband and I built this beautiful sunroom on the back of our home when we bought this house. Oh,
Beautiful.
people buy a house, don't know, but beautiful. But that's where my chair is.
Amen.
I sit in my chair. The anointing.
The anointing. That's what I was about to say.
I have a niece. She'll call
You there.
me. My niece will say, "Hey,"
Everything.
my niece will say, before she say anything, when she comes, she say, "You in your chair."
I love it.
I want to talk to you if you ain't in your chair. And so, yes, to my own self be true.
I love it.
My own self be true.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
amazing that you said that. I'm gonna chime in right here with being my authentic self. this I'm learning this, and I love the Lord because there was a time where, like I said before, it was so much that I could carry, but nobody knew Daphne.
Come on.
Nobody knew Daphne.
Mhm.
If you saw me, you gonna sing a song? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you did it, you
Okay,
no.
no more.
Huh? No. So who I am is who God made me. My authentic self is Daphne. And all of those other things are just external things that he blessed me with, to edify his people. At the end of the day, that's why I said I'm living out loud. I want to live out loud and enjoy Daphne. I want to talk to Daphne, embrace those things that I'm finally getting a chance to acknowledge and not be ashamed to acknowledge. And I love that because at one time, we're circling back around. We got to sit in it sometimes and say, you know what? You ain't saying that right. You really got a mouth on you. Or why are you hurting? Or why you desire this so much? What is this going to do if you get this? So these are the questions that I ask myself. And it's like, well, maybe because of this. Because I'm a self-assessor. I'm always assessing. Always. Why? If somebody come in my presence and I feel like I don't like them, I'm going to ask myself, what is about it you don't like? Why you don't like this person? What is it on her that you don't like her? I have to ask myself that, and that's why I say living out loud, because at one time I would not admit that we on Facebook Live. I would not admit that. But it's true. You have to assess why you don't like that person. What is it about her? And the thing about it, don't discount discernment now. We can't discount discernment, but the first thing is deal with your flesh.
That's right.
Deal with your flesh.
It's good because whenever you do that work, because one of my favorite books in the world is The Four Agreements.
I love it.
The book talks about our lives being smoke and mirrors. And whenever I notice that it's something about somebody that I'm not favoring, I have to shine the light on.
Absolutely.
What I'm seeing is that person now just brought something, because the only reason I can recognize that thing in them that I don't like, it's because it's sitting right there in you.
Wow. Absolutely.
And the Bible says, first take the plank out of your own eye so you can to you, your brother. And that plank that he said is that reflection looking right back.
It's a reflection. Absolutely.
I can see that in Daphne. The only reason I can see that in Beverly and Keisha, because it's sitting inside of me. So then when I thought, I'm like, oh God, it's me.
Right.
So Lord, and then when I start dealing with myself, I'm like, she really ain't that bad.
Right.
That's so cool. I don't even, I almost missed an opportunity.
Yeah,
because
that's
I didn't want to deal with myself.
Well, you know what, Paula, that reminds me of how you and I met and how we worked together for years. And we knew each other through the systems that we worked in. We knew each other through the positions that we held. We knew each other through the meetings that we both attended at different intervals. But I did not know Paula, and Paula did not know me. Paula may not have heard much about me because I wasn't at the management level like her, but you could hear things about Paula Birch Jackson. About Paula Birch.
You knew you too.
Well, I did a little bit of something down there, but I'm just saying, but to think about if any of the things that filtered in through the conversations in and out that was said about each of us by someone else, we may have never been up that morning at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning on the computer.
Wow. I'm
retiring and she's resigning, and say hello just in social media.
Yeah.
And
from
that moment in 2017, from that moment, God knows the plans and he makes the arrangements.
Yeah.
That's good.
My pastor says he don't just know the plan. God, we make plans and don't do nothing. God make plans and he has arrangements.
I love that.
Back in 2017, when you start talking about discerning that God is doing something. And it's been almost 10 years, Paula and I were talking about that today.
Crazy. We sure it has been.
Wow.
Almost 10 years.
30-something years. And we're just like, hey, Belle.
And on the first
day of retirement.
First full day, the first official day, of my retirement this time, who calls me early this morning? We got, because the arrangement has not been complete yet.
Yeah.
But now all the pieces are back on the
Yeah.
history.
It has to be. You know, we
We
sing
have liberty and freedom for all.
this song, I need you, you need me.
Yes.
Right.
And so God is
So I
faithful.
need you, ladies, and I thank you guys for showing up. Y'all, it's the 8 o'clock.
No, I got to answer this question real quick though.
Okay.
People on here talking about take your time.
I'm in for you. Go ahead, baby girl.
I know I'm going to answer
This is good.
as the baby of the bunch.
Baby
Oh,
girl.
just rub it in. Just rub it in.
As the baby of the bunch,
I
right?
used to be your age one time.
One time.
You know, as the baby of the bunch, you know, it's so funny that it was a few things that was said. And what I initially, you said, how do I show up as my authentic self? And what I've been told is I'm a disruptor. Every room I step in, any spot, any place I step in, I disrupt. Now, I ain't doing it on purpose.
It's just who she is.
It's just who I am. And, you know, I had to learn how to embrace that because sadly, women get intimidated. And I'm there just to love, support, push, open your eyes. You're going to feel uncomfortable around me because I'm going to say some things, but I'm going to tell you in love is stuff I see. I see growth areas in people because I want people to tell me the growth areas in me. I don't want to see that. And so once I just like, that was the assignment for the moment, right? And so I didn't realize that, but somebody literally said that to me. That's how I got this title. It was like, you know, you're a disruptor everywhere.
Wow.
You know, and I'm like, and they said it's not a bad thing. You just make people see themselves and they don't want to. You ruffle some things up in people's spirit that they don't want to have to deal with everywhere I go, right? I'm gonna either make them want to grow or they're gonna shrink and have to deal with it.
My God.
Either way, it's something that always happened. And you know, and I was like, but I'm just going in here being myself right there. That's who I am, right? And so, but one thing that was said when she said, I'm just Daphne, I remember laying in the bed maybe a few months ago, and I was laying there and I was like, at the end of the day, the name that can never be taken away from me is Keisa LaShawn. No matter about the marriage, that name can change 15 times. Oh, Lord, only one more time.
You want one more time? You want to change it one more time, Keisha?
Me too, girl. Right there. One more time. Come on, Jesus.
Lord.
Come on, Jesus.
One more time.
One more time.
One more time.
But I was sitting there thinking, that name is what my parents gave me. That would never change. And to walk boldly in that. So I have really have started to change my name on social media. I ain't made it to Facebook because all the time I have to be on the computer. I can't do it on my phone. But I've been changing my stuff to Keisa LaShawn because that name will never change no matter what that last name do, right? That last name can change tomorrow and then it can change again. No, one more time. That's it. Because it can change. But you know,
words, huh?
Yeah, I have to be careful with these words, right?
I'm with you.
But with that, it's like that's who I am, and that's how I walk. And you know, even as given that title by a couple of different women telling me the same thing, like you're a disruptor, I had to learn how to own that and realize it brings up other people's insecurities, right? And it's not to be like anything. My prayer is that you work on that they work on that thing because every time I step, like even somebody was telling me about an opportunity and the first thing they said, well, I got to tell you. I said, what? It's a woman in that position that you, I said, why? You said, girl, you know how you go when you step in places and folks. I was like, this was just a few days ago. Somebody said that to me. I was like, are you kidding me?
But you know what, Keith, I'm interrupted. But you know what? I heard this somewhere where when you show up, you either gonna be a mirror to someone's insecurities, or they're going to draw to you for what you have in you that they like.
Yes,
and
I've done that too.
You take the good and the bad.
You can do both at the same time.
Absolutely, you take the good and the bad.
Because I have gotten people who like latch on like leeches.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I have people who are upset because I have not had the time to spend some personal time. And if you're listening, I told you I have not forgot about you, and I really mean that. Like y'all laughing, but it became a serious thing. Like this person,
I believe it. No, believe me, I believe it.
Like it's not nothing personal, right? It's just personal things going on. So I have not forgot about you.
He ain't like about y'all doing nothing.
Right. And they was telling me, like, your spirit, I want more of you. I can learn from you. Like, they really was pouring out what they get from me when I'm in their space, right?
Yeah.
And so I get that. But just learning to embrace this is who I am. And I said, well, this is how God designed me. And I'm not going to shrink from nobody because of your insecurities. You have to look within.
Beyond measure, powerful beyond measure.
Because at first,
has been so good. You got some more?
No, I was just saying at first, you have to start looking like, why every time and then I was like, no, this is how God designed me. And he designed me this way for a reason, right? And so I'm trying to change.
And I'm glad, because Keisha, I've never seen you shrink.
No,
I
don't.
I have not known. When we meet, 2023. But this is the thing about So I love what you shared, Keisha, because sometimes you walk in rooms and you're commanding. I mean, like you said, you're not even trying to. I'm just walking in as myself. So when you hear things like that, for me, I ain't never seen you shrink, but for me, I started shrinking. I'm like, you know what? I ain't trying to piss people off just for being me. So I started shrinking, and I don't want nobody to see me. No matter how much I try to shrink, you still gonna be who you are. You still walk in and you command the room. So, but I be in my mind, let me just go ahead. I'm just gonna sleep in the corner and I'm not gonna say anything. And then people still see you. I'm like, why they keep coming over here? But this is what I started doing now. Because again, y'all, I'm 60 now.
We don't care no more.
Big girl club. Big girl club now. And so I had this event, and I don't know why. I was going to an event with some women that I love, and I was the baby of the bunch back then. I was the baby of on Saturday too. And so it was my very first real job, and 40 years ago, and we used to work together. And so one of the ladies pulled us all together, and we went to Red Lobster for lunch. And when I got out the car, all of a sudden I got nervous because I was in 40 years. And I literally heard the Holy Spirit say, girl, what you doing? And God literally said to me, every time you walk into a room, go in as yourself. You should walk in the room. People need to be saying, well, who is that girl?
Absolutely.
Who is that girl? And I'm not arrogant. I'm not stuck up. We are all four of us, I can say, are the most loving women I have ever met in my life. And this is the thing. I met Beverly, like Beverly said, oh my God, 30 something years ago, probably about 35, 36 years ago at CDC. And we literally met through her husband. Her first husband was Robert. My first husband was Robert. And we both lost of ourselves. But her husband, I loved him to death. And that's how we connected through her husband at work, right? And then Daphne, I met Daphne at church. And then I got her, I brought her on over to CDC. And then Keisha, I met at a decision we both made in our life. Bless God when he do it, but hallelujah.
At a conference.
I met her somewhere. And and again, in that space, both of us walked in, commanding the room. Keisha had been there a little bit longer than I did, but I walked in and people starting to want to know who we were, right? And I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. But I remember I stood up and I said something that day. I introduced myself and heard CDC, right? So she came up to me and she says, Paula, you know my aunt? And she told me her aunt, I don't know if y'all know Miss Wilma Thornton. That's Miss Wilma Thornton's daughter. Niece.
Really?
She up to me, y'all, my heart was grateful that I heard. But she told me that Miss Wilma had just passed away not long before we met.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God. But this is the beauty, y'all. Every time I had a conversation with Miss Wilma would say, you remind me so much of my niece. You need to meet my niece.
Wow.
Met her niece. And guess what? My birthday was first. Miss Wilma's birthday was first. So me and Keisha,
they birthday a day apart.
So it's almost like heaven came down. Miss Wilma came down and said, y'all gonna get together one way or the other. So I know that pleased that we finally connected.
Yes. And I thought she reminded me of her so many ways. I was like, you remind
me. I love that.
That's a beautiful
that was my favorite aunt, honey. That's
beautiful.
Yeah. This has been amazing, ladies. And so again, this was just a touch, ladies, of what we're going to be learning over the next 3 days. We are so excited. We are believing God for amazing things to happen to women. We are believing God for women to step into their authentic self, and so that they can start commanding rooms, commanding spaces and being unapologetically who God created them to be. And I'm excited. So again, thank you, ladies, for agreeing to come along beside me to help us birth these babies and all of these ladies that God put in our way. All of us have a role that we're praying. Beverly has said that she is a prayer warrior, so she's going to pray you through.
And a midwife.
She's going to help you push. Daphne is such an encourager and she's a worshiper. She's going to help you worship your way through. Any other thing God leave her to do, because I be asking her to sing. She told me I can't ask her to sing no more. The devil is a lie. And so, and then we have Keisha. Y'all, Keisha have this thing like she's seeing her title. She's Beautiful Living. And so we're not gonna leave you empty. We're not gonna script you. Once we start dealing with the shadows so that you can shine, Keisha's gonna come on in and help you shine. She's gonna help you get to that next level. So thank you again, ladies, for agreeing to be a part of this movement that God is doing in our lives and also in the lives of those ladies that we are going to connect. So ladies, if you are out there and you have not registered, go onto my page. You should. I think I pinned it, and it's did I say free? Free. Day workshop where we're going to be explaining to you all of this stuff and God gave us something fresh today, didn't he, Beverly? That thing was sweet. So we're excited about tomorrow. We're excited about what we're going to do. So ladies, any closing remarks y'all want to say on your own behalf to the ladies that are out there listening?
I'll just say that the first step is acknowledge that you need something different. You need help. Like, that's the first thing. If you can't see and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I don't want to be in this same space 3 months from now. I don't want to be in this I don't want to be in a different outfit, hopefully different draws too.
Please.
I love it. I love it.
Please. 3 months from now or a year. Like, you don't want to be looking up, having the same life. Right. And nothing has changed but the clothing on your body. Right?
And your underwear.
And your underwear.
Right.
And just understand that no matter what you have endured in life, your past does not define your destiny. You do. Your past don't define all that stuff that happened, all the things. You are still here. That means you still have purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still has something for you. And, it's about connecting with the right person to get you, because you can't do it by yourself. God never intended for us to do life by ourselves.
Collaboration.
Like collaborations. This is a chain link right here. You see it right here as it's happening in real life, how we are collaborating and change. You can't do it by yourself. God never intended for you to do life by yourself. So you need to lock arms with someone else and get to where God has called you to be. And it's not where you at now. I can guarantee you that. That means you're not growing if you stay the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I share this with Paula, and I think it's befitting and proper that it will fit right into. I'm reading a book called Holy Moments. And the book says that a holy moment is a single moment in which you open yourself to God. You make yourselves available to Him. You set aside personal preference and self-interest, and for one moment, you do what you prayerfully believe God is calling you to do. The first step to that moment is the moment of decision. So I invite you, if you're listening, if you're watching, to make the decision to create what you just experienced tonight as a holy moment.
This is good.
That's really good.
Make
this is a holy moment that God set apart and set aside for you. And if you have been blessed to, or even if you hear it later, it's not too late. Come and partake of the feast that God has prepared for you through the lives of these women who are here tonight.
Amen.
That's awesome. So I just want to say, whoever's out there listening, and they're going to listen, as the night go by, and as tomorrow as well, because we're going to keep promoting it. You have to sit with yourself. You have to sit with yourself. And sometimes it does not feel good. Be honest with yourself. I think, Beverly, you said it, to thy own self, be true. You have to, because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to anybody else. Because when your back gets against that wall, then you gonna come out being something else because it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
So if you can just sit with yourself and ask God to help you, ask God, get in your word, know what God requires of us as children of God and lovers of God. Because a lot of times, like I love the me, myself, and I, because me get me in trouble all the time. So you have to actually say, Lord, what is that? Show me, give me the discipline. We're not perfect, but we can be disciplined in the word of God.
That's right.
Because that's what carries us, being a disciple of the word of God. Being that, yes, we can be in our flesh, but are you disciplined enough to say, okay, Lord, like myself, something about, I don't know what's about, I need to figure this out. God, help me. This hard, because what man can know it. So get somewhere and sit with yourself and really do self-assessment of who you really are, what your likes are, what you don't like, why you act the way you act, why you act the way you act, why you say what you say. Just sit and think about it. And I really believe with all my heart, I told you this, Paula, the shadow work is something heavy. Yes. There's a list of them. You got a list of shadows, and you just check them off. But you got to be honest with yourself. You have to.
It's not a bad thing, y'all. It's just
not a bad thing.
Of ourselves. It's the parts of ourselves that we were told not to show up like that.
Yeah.
With our emotions, that's a bad thing to deal with. But God made emotions.
He made emotions.
You just have to learn how to embrace them, face them, chase them, embrace them, and be okay with it. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good stuff, y'all. I am so excited. This has been good. Y'all, we got to do this again sometime.
Yeah.
To do this again sometimes, but all of you ladies have really added value to this conversation, and I know that the sisters that's listening up to this, even some men probably don't snuck up in here, and we're being blessed by us being our authentic self. We by no means pretend to be anything other than who we are. What you
is take a challenge, register.
See us
absolutely. You'll never be the same another day in your life.
And it's free.
And it's free 99.
That's all I
you said it's free 99.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I couldn't get it out.
I'm gonna do it, and I'm just gonna do it. And people be like, why? Because you can't beat God given no matter how hard you try. And I know that He's got something on the other side. That's a blessing.
Yeah, come on. On the other side of this.
Through.
God bless you. God bless
okay,
you.
the other side of through.
On the other side of through. Yeah, I love y'all.
Other side.
Some of y'all, see, we don't even want to say goodbye. Y'all see that? We stuck.
I know, because now I'm really late for class. Now I've been on here, right?
Well, bye, Keisha.
I got to just get this paper done so I can move on.
Yes. Thank you, Daphne, for showing up. Thank you.
Absolutely.
For showing up. And we will see you all in the room on tomorrow. Y'all make it a good night. Bye-bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
Good night. Good night.